Hi there. I'm going to share my specific gratitude practice that I use on a daily basis here with you today in this video. The reason why expressing gratitude and having a specific practice for gratitude is so important is because gratitude actually rewrites and rewires our brain. It optimizes us for happiness internally. Now, what internal happiness does is that it creates happiness from inside of us. We're not having to look to outside circumstances and outside situations and experiences to deliver core happiness. But when we have that, we're actually more resilient. We can get through hard things because hard things don't stress us out as quickly or as easily. The less stress we experience, the more brighter we can look through at situations, even the hard ones. The more creative we can be, the more solutions oriented we can be. And by being creative, solutions oriented, we're actually able to optimize and get the best results. This is true in business, it's true in our relationships, it's true in our health. It helps provide us even greater motivation because we believe that we can get through whatever is in front of us, whatever obstacles are in front of us. That's because our brain is wired for happiness, right? For optimism through that gratitude practice. The other thing, it trains our mind to look for gratitude. We want to look for things to be grateful for because our unconscious mind, right, which is where we kind of experience the gratitude in the first place, it looks for things that it thinks that we want. So when we have a practice of gratitude, we actually are looking for gratitude in everyday situations to figure out, well, is this something I'm grateful for? Is that something I'm grateful for? And then when we find it, it makes those moments, well, all the more meaningful because we actually realize in the moment that wow, I'm actually grateful for this moment right here. You think about how the impact that could have on your relationships specifically, right? When you're with your family, you're with your significant others, you're with your business partners, you're with your team members, and you realize, gosh, I am grateful for this particular moment right here. Not long ago, I was playing with my 2-year-old daughter, Grace, and I found myself like on the floor, and she was kind of jumping on top of me, and her laugh was just getting bigger and bigger each time she would jump, and I would get her off. And we were just playing, not anything planned or rehearsed. We just kind of found ourselves doing this. And I remembered in that moment, and I recalled in that moment, gosh, I'm grateful for these interactions. I'm grateful to hear her laugh. I'm grateful for the experiences because, frankly, I know that she's 2. They're short-lived, right? Whether I've got 2, 3, 4 more years, at some point in time, she's not going to jump on me like this anymore. Man, that made that moment, right? And it was probably 1-2 minutes max. So meaningful in the moment. I was really grateful in the moment because my mind was looking for gratitude. So I was able to experience that even fuller, that little exchange, because I practiced gratitude. So my practice of gratitude, I actually took it from a concept that positive psychology researcher, author, speaker Shawn Achor shared in a speech that I watched about 1.5 years ago. And he said that in his research, the most optimum way to practice gratitude is to look for specific things that have happened recently. And what he says is that you should look for, 2 to 3 to 4 specific things in the last, say, 24, 48 hours that you are grateful for. And to recall those, to write those down, however you want to do it. But by doing that, it does all those things that I mentioned. It actually trains our minds to look for things that we're grateful for. So I took that research and his explanation of that research, and I put it into an actual practice. And so here it is. So each night, I recall 3 things that I'm grateful for from that day. I just know before I go to bed each night that either I write it out in a notebook or I have it in my notes section on my phone. And I just recall 3 things that I'm grateful for throughout the day. And I write down those things and kind of why I'm grateful for them, what I noticed in those moments. The reason that I was grateful for those things, and they could be mundane. Sometimes they're just things that my kids do, or they're things that I experience, or they are the relationships that I was able to move forward with clients. Whatever they are, it doesn't really matter. What does matter is that we recall them specifically, and we write it down what it was and why it was important to us. Because what I found is that it actually trains my brain. It trains my mind to go out and look for those type things. And so all the time I'm scanning and going, hey, am I grateful for that? Am I grateful for that? When I first started this practice, it took me a little bit to come up with things I was grateful for, to be quite honest, right? Because I haven't trained my brain for that. And then as I did it more and more, the things would just easily flow. And now I find myself, when I'm writing them down, the 3 things just boom, 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 automatically come out. And then I also started to notice that during the day I was scanning. Sometimes I go, am I grateful for this? Well, yeah, that's fun, but I'm not necessarily, I don't know if I'm grateful for it. And then, oh, I'm really grateful for this. Right? It made that moment more rich. And then at night, I would think about what am I grateful for? And that moment would come up. I would write down what it was and why I was grateful. So that's my specific gratefulness practice. And I've been doing this for a while. And I've just noticed the changes that it makes, of course, in the moment when I'm writing it down. Yet the next day, as I'm interacting in my world, I'm finding things naturally to be grateful for. And that's such an incredible practice. That's such an incredible gift that I give to myself. And I hope that this video with my practice and kind of the reasons why behind it will be a great gift to you so you can incorporate this into your world. Thanks so much. Have a great day.